I've always believed in working hard. I got that from my parents. I've got that from just watching others. And it really does take a lot of focus, determination, discipline to create anything that's very meaningful.
Welcome to Grow Think Tank. This is the one and only place where you will get insight from the founders and the CEOs of the fastest growing privately held companies. I am the host. My name is Gene Hammett. I help leaders and their teams navigate the defining moments of their growth. Are you ready to grow?
Today, I want to talk to you about one of my favorite quotes ever, and I'm actually wearing it on this t-shirt. I got it at some startup event probably about a decade ago. And yes, that's one reason why it's hard to read. So I'll just kind of read from this printout of this. But this quote says on my shirt, "Always work hard on something uncomfortably exciting." Now that comes from Larry Page, one of the co-founders of Google. But I want to share with you what this quote really means to me and hopefully what it means for you. I've always believed in working hard. I got that from my parents. I've got that from just watching others. And it really does take a lot of focus, determination, discipline to create anything that's very meaningful. And so working hard is a common thing that I'm just used to. And I actually enjoy putting in the extra hours sometimes on a project or for things to actually, fail. Not that it's enjoyable for things to fail, but I know that that's part of the process of moving forward. But also this uncomfortably exciting. Like you want to have excitement around what you're doing, some passion, if you will. And you want to be able to push that to the point where it's a little bit uncomfortable. Because if you're seeking comfort, if you're seeking relaxation, you're seeking to restore yourself always, then you won't have that drive inside you to create something meaningful. Now, let me relate this to what we're doing in our world. I feel like our business is leveling up in many different ways. One of those is I've been a coaching company for more than a decade, and that's my work privately with CEOs, founders of fast growing companies. They're ambitious, they're driven, and I'm helping them have the conversations that they're not having with others, their team, their significant other, their co-founders, whoever it may be. And I'm helping them get clear about themselves and really provide a level of focus and clarity so that they can move forward and expand. I love the work I'm doing, but as we're leveling up, we're adding in leadership development, which means we're helping you turn your managers into leaders. Now, we're working hard on this. It's exciting. It's uncomfortable at times. We're making investments. And this is exactly what this shirt means. Now, I've shared what it means to me in my life and in the context at which I see this quote and how I receive it. But I want you to think about what you're working on that is exciting, that is uncomfortable, that are you pushing yourself? Are you growing? Are you willing to put in that extra work? All of this together provides, a direction in which you're going, a really something to be proud of. And when you get there, and the journey will likely be hard. If it truly is something that is meaningful to you, it will be hard. You will get no's, you will have setbacks, you will have things that stand in your way that you have to overcome. But that's part of the joy and the exciting part of it, is accepting these things, smiling at them and keeping moving forward and figuring out that you've got to keep getting better at what you're doing. Now, hopefully you're listening to this message because you've listened to other messages. We're mostly about the interviews of fast growth leaders, but I bring you a little bit of insights every once in a while, one-on-one, to talk about what you want to focus on. And I believe this quote will help you. Always work hard on something uncomfortably exciting. Larry Page had it right. I'm sure that when they were starting Google, it was uncomfortably exciting. And they've created something that everyone uses, everyone thinks about multiple times a day. Just Google it. I Google things all the time, probably as well as you do. And so I want you to think about what your project is. What are you working on that you're willing to put in the hard work, that you're willing to get uncomfortable for? And it's exciting enough to just pull you through all the difficulties. Hopefully it's clear to you. Hopefully it's clear to the people in your team and they're willing to do this journey with you. Because if you're not the visionary and able to communicate that effectively over and over and over, I know it sounds like a broken record sometimes when you repeat yourself, but you've got to be willing to say it in different ways with stories, with data, to connect people together to that big vision that you're trying to create. And that's what this quote means. Think about it, talk about it with your team, talk about it with your managers. My hope is that it means something to you. It means a lot to me. And I share it with you today. to help you continue to grow and evolve to be the leader that your team deserves. This is Growth Think Tank. We're here to help you grow your company, scale as a leader, but also for you to be the leader that people look up to and to create more leaders around you. Keep listening in, keep tuning in, keep growing. When you think of growth, you think of leadership, think of Growth Think Tank. As always, lead with courage. We'll see you next time.